What up? This is Guido72 with 3 Point Park. I've been doing quite a few spotlights from this previous war because we've actually had some really good attacks, and I usually don't like to show all of the dips and whatnot, but there's some great attacks where sometimes you have to dip, especially in these competitive wars, clan wars. Um, it's typical that 11s dip to 10s. And take care of the 10s. But when you see and I'm going to show one of those because it's just an awesome attack. It's different, so that's why I'm going to show that. But also, what's hard to see. We're starting to see more of it because people are actually getting better at it. 10v10s, and so those are very rare and exciting when they do happen. And I'm going to show this one that we had by Brumo. It was a 10-on-10 attack. As you can see, Brumo is a Town Hall 10, and he's attacking Diesel. And what I like about this attack, he's going to use his king and a few Valks, about 3 Valks, on a naked king charge into this particular Inferno. He uses a baby dragon to help funnel to make sure that the king goes straight to this, and almost gets the queen as well on this, while the queen, the friendly queen, does a queen walk on the bottom half. The goal was to take out the Inferno Tower and hopefully get the Archer Queen, while the queen's goal was to take out this air defense and start chopping up some of these defenses here. And then he finishes up the rest with a La Lune. So let's check it out. Again, starts off at the top with a baby dragon funnel, and when you first look at that, you're like, that's a pretty wide funnel for the queen, but it's not for the queen, it's actually for the king. Drops the jump to get the king going inside, and then here comes the Valkyries. Quickly takes care of those first 2 defenses, and then straight into the Inferno. Draws the enemy CC, which is a hound. He's not worried too much about that. Again, almost gets that queen. Look at that little sliver of health left on the Archer Queen. That would have been a second great value for that. But nevertheless, the queen continues. She wall breaks into this particular chamber, but after she takes out the CC, the hound, and the loons, brought a couple minions to help with that. After she takes that out, the closest building, which is not inside a wall, is going to be actually here. And then that just draws her here, instead of coming directly inside and taking these out. So, yeah. So, while she's taking care of that, now he's coming up top with the La Lune. Brought 2 hounds in. First AD, and now they're switching over to the next AD. Gotta fight that sweeper. Gonna haste into that second AD just as those hounds pop. Spends his last 2 haste spells to get into that final Inferno Tower. Takes that out. Now that helps a lot. Now this isn't the 3-star yet. We're not out of the woods yet. Still got those annoying traps chasing the loons out, and they eventually take them down before they can take down that air defense. We're actually fighting time on this. Got enough hounds popped that are working on cleanup up top, but that air defense took out quite a few pups. Now, once that air defense went down, though, it was over. But again, we're just still fighting with time. I believe at the end of this one, there was only about 10 seconds left in real time. So yeah, had that queen not made it over to that air defense in time, I'm sure it would have taken out enough of the pups to have deterred this from being an actual 3-star. But all in all, still great planning and a great attack there, Brumo. Almost called him Brahma. All right. This next one that I want to show, Like I said, it's a dip attack, and usually don't like to show dip attacks so much anymore, especially during the Clan War Leagues. I'll show them during Farm Wars, but this was an awesome attack. Like I said, you don't see too many dragon attacks. It's mostly, especially now with this current meta, is now Laloons. So to see dragons succeed is awesome. Look at the design of this base. They have all 4 of the air defenses on one side of the base. And so the queen is going to break in and basically walk down this chamber and take all of those air defenses out. And the dragons are going to just try to sweep straight up the base that way, covering everything north of the town hall. So drops a couple wizards to help with the funnel, a giant to tank so that the wall breakers can get in and get the queen into that chamber, because that's key also. You don't want the queen to walk down the side and be shooting on the outside. Then that air defense would have been able to take out the healers. So king comes in, tanks start clearing up some trash buildings, and now the queen is able to get inside. Drops an early rage on the queen in anticipation for all those point defenses that were going to be on her, and quickly takes those out so that it's only 1. Hasn't drawn out the CC. There we go. CC's coming out now, so drops a poison on it. It's a dragon. Slows it down enough. Queen only has the Tesla on her, along with that enemy CC, so she's going to take that out and continue walking up this way. Meanwhile, drops down the dragons, followed with the warden. Going to rage into that first inferno, try to get through these that wizard tower and those in those heavy HD, HP. I'm sorry, HP. I said HD, not high def. High hit point buildings. Steps up to the queen. He sends in his hound to start tanking now. There's no air defenses for it to tank, so it's tanking the defenses, which is good. Rage through the queen. Again, that clan castle, another high hit point. Rages through that. Freezes. Drop his freeze on that inferno. Takes that out. And then the hound just has a sliver of health left, which finally gets popped by a air mine. And then once that wizard tower goes down, it brings in a loon to help the dragons. Once that wizard tower goes down, that was it. Queen is back up to full health now with her healers on her. Even if that archer tower hadn't gone down, the queen had enough to take out the rest of this base. So, yeah. Great attack, Behemoth. Another 3-point super stud. Keep up the good work. Until next time, Guido72, 3 Point Park, out.